Game Plan, Chapter 1. Planning and preparation gives you clarity, confidence, and good results. One day, a 23-year-old teenage girl came to me for counseling. She said to me, "Sister, I have finished engineering and I'm presently working in a software company. My mom sends me a photo every week and keeps on bothering me asking if I like this guy." Then I asked her, "Are you not ready for marriage as you're already 23 years?" She said, "Sister, I'm not mentally prepared for marriage now. If you ask me, I did not even think about my marriage yet. Moreover, I do not know anything about marriage and I'm also a bit scared. I want to be at home with my parents for a few more years and have some fun." Similarly, I asked a 26-year-old boy, "When are you planning to get married?" The young boy said, "Oh, I'm not thinking about marriage now, sister. My parents will take care of it. Why bother about it? Anyways, we have to marry whomever our parents decide." Then I asked him that if he had any expectations about the bride, and he simply said, "Not much, just a fair, slim girl is fine for me." What I have been observing is that marriage is not taken very seriously by a younger generation. Some of them are too fast to dive into a relationship while they are teenagers and have a severe heartbreak. Then when it comes to marriage, they find it very hard to trust anyone, and their feelings of love have already grown cold, while some youngsters are not clear about their own life and hardly have any expectations about their partner. Like the young boy I had mentioned earlier, all they see is the outward appearance and do not focus on the inner values and character. They just accept life as it comes. Some are too keen in pursuing their career and higher education, they almost have no time for marriage, so they keep delaying their marriage. "You will make your heaven or hell on earth by the person you decide to marry," said Ravi Zacharias. Marriage is a beautiful unit designed by our loving God, where we share love with one another and have a sense of belonging. This is where we are going to spend our whole adulthood life till our death. So choosing a life partner must be done with diligence and prayer. To build a family unit, preparation is the key, without which our marriage might fail. That is why we see many marriages are falling apart these days. Having a game plan, a carefully thought out strategy, or a course of action for your marriage is very important. Think that you are planning to get a new bike for yourself. Will you say to your parents, "Just get me any bike of your choice"? No way, right? You will come up with all the details, including the color of the bike, the company, whether it's 100cc or 200cc, etc., because it's going to be your own bike. You are going to ride it. You are going to own it. If you have so many plans for a bike which will last only for a few years, how much should you have for your partner with whom you're going to spend your life with? When you turn 18, you are being officially declared as an adult and you start to get your driving license, voter's ID, open a bank account. I think from that time you should also gradually start preparing yourself for marriage. When you are in school, you get ready for college, and from college, you get ready to attend campus interview, to pursue a job. Likewise, once you have stepped into your adulthood, start thinking, planning, and preparing yourself for your married life. If you are not prepared for your marriage, then marriage will shock you and shake you to ground. It is true that marriage will give you enjoyable feelings of love and romantic moments, but you should understand that marriage is also a commitment to live together until death do us apart. In this chapter, I am going to talk about how and where you need to get prepared for your marriage. Number 1. Spiritual preparation. The concept of marriage was designed by God. The Lord God said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. He has already designed a suitable life partner for you. If you can have an active and intimate relationship with God, then finding His will becomes much easier. So try to spend at least 30 minutes every day in the presence of God. While Isaac was meditating, God brought Rebekah into his life. Now, Isaac went out to the field one evening to meditate, and as he looked up, he saw camels approaching. Rebekah also looked up and saw Isaac. Genesis chapter 24, verse 62 through 65. Start praying how your spouse should be, and God will bring her or him into your boundary automatically. You can even skip one meal a day and do a fasting prayer for 40 days so that you can understand His will for your life. Number 2. Mental preparation. Champions do not become champions the moment they win in an event, but it depends on the hours, weeks, months, and years they spent preparing for it. Likewise, your marriage preparation should start in your mind first. Mind mapping helps you to prepare yourself for your upcoming married life. You should start imagining that you are going to get married in the next 4 or 5 years of time. You will soon become a husband or wife, followed by a parental promotion too. Everything will happen very fast, and if you are not ready to handle this big challenge of your life, then you will be frustrated and will never have the joy of marriage. Mentally, try to accept the change which marriage is going to offer you. Read books, Bible, and Christian articles on marriage. Try to attend some premarital seminar or Bible studies on marriage. Try talking to married couples to know more about the roles of a husband and wife. You can sign in for some seminars to learn about effective communication, interpersonal relationships, teamwork, sex, finance, conflict management, and so on, which will make you confident to deal any kind of situations. You should also have a clear blueprint of how you are going to build your family unit. Have a clear and specific goals to build a Christ-centered family so that when you get married, you already have a detailed roadmap to start your journey. Number 3, financial preparation. Having a job with a decent income is a basic requirement to run your family. You can work for few years and start saving for your marriage so that you can share the marriage expenses with your parents. Parents have already spent so much on your education. So if you can render a helping hand to them, they will be surely happy. Try to prepare a monthly budget and try to stick within your budget. Practice tithing, give offerings for the poor and needy, spend some and save some, says Joyce Meyer. Receiving dowry is not a good practice, and God never likes this practice. If you, the present young generation, can raise your voice and take a stand, then we can pass a rich and pure culture to our next generation. In Isaac's wedding, Abraham, father-in-law, sent gifts for the bride, Rebekah, and he never demanded anything from the bride. Then the servant brought out gold and silver and jewelry and articles of clothing and gave them to Rebekah. He also gave costly gifts to her brother and to her mother. Genesis chapter 24, verse 53. It will be good if both the families can share the wedding expenses. If you are a man, then I would strongly recommend you to speak about this to your parents and stand up for no dowry wedding. Key highlight: receiving dowry is not a good practice, and God never likes this practice. Number 4, physical preparation. Family life is full of responsibilities, and you must carry out many tasks to keep the family running. Going for work, buying things for home, cleaning, cooking, laundry, giving birth to kids, and taking care of them. So having good health and taking nutritious food is essential. Both boys and girls must learn household works to run the show in your home. Rebecca was strong enough to draw water for all the camels Eliezer brought. After she had given him a drink, she said, "I will draw water for your camels too, until they have had enough to drink." So she quickly emptied her jar into the trough, ran back to the well to draw more water, and drew enough for all his camels. Genesis chapter 24 verse 19 and 20. Added to this, as you are going to have physical intimacy with your spouse, reading about it and steadily preparing yourself is very important. Number 5. Social preparation. In a marriage, it is not just two hearts that are yoked, but it's two families that are united together. So you need to be mentally prepared to accept the new family and extend their family members as your family. Developing social skills will help you to handle relationships in an effective way. Try to develop the ability to communicate effectively with others. Disagreements and dissatisfaction can arise in any situation, so you need to be able to resolve such situations. Active listening is the much needed social skill in any relationship. Having empathy, mutual respect, helping tendency, being considerate of others' feelings, and being positive are all important components of solid social skills. Start developing these social skills with your family members first. Try to spend time with your own parents and siblings, then it will not be difficult to do with your new family too. Planning to balance your work and your family is the essential thing that you need. Key highlight. In a marriage, it is not just the two hearts that are yoked, but it's two families that are united together. Number 6. Emotional preparation. You must be emotionally mature enough to give and receive love. If you have any past breakups, see to that you have given a proper closure to that relationship and you are completely healed. Work through your own brokenness with the help of wise counsel. If you have any anger, resentment, or bitterness against anyone, forgive them so that you will be emotionally strong enough to build a healthy relationship with your spouse. Being short-tempered, having mood swings, being sensitive to small issues, unforgiving attitude are the areas you need to work on and change before your marriage. After your wedding, you are going to start a separate family unit coming out from your existing family. So you need to be emotionally strong to be detached from your family so that you can attach yourself to your spouse to become one flesh. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. Key highlight. Mentally prepare yourself for marriage. Number 7. Self-preparation. First, we need to be personally prepared to be a reasonably mature, emotionally healthy, personally disciplined, and spiritually committed spouse to offer love. Then only we can expect a dignified, disciplined, God-fearing spouse in return. So before you imagine about your spouse, try to groom yourself in all these areas, then present yourself as a good gift to your spouse. Learn the scriptures and try to live a clean life before God and men. Addictions, manipulation, negative self-image, and annoying habits may cause severe tension in married life. Always do the right thing and have a consistent relationship with God, which will help you to make the right decisions for life. Ask God to show the areas where you need to change. Your family members can clearly help on this. Once you know the areas, have a plan to work on it. Marriage will take care in sharpening your rough edges too. Think of your personal goals so that you will be clear as to what kind of a life partner you need to journey with to achieve your goals. Take some responsibility at home, like buying groceries, cleaning the house, budgeting, taking care of small kids, etc. All this will prepare you for your marriage. Take a personality test and know more about yourself, your likes, dislikes, your passion, your dreams, so that you have a real data about yourself to your spouse. Keep working on your value systems, ethics, character, and behavior. The best preparation for marriage is to work on yourself, says Mike Rizzo. Key highlight: before you try to imagine about your spouse, try to groom yourself in all areas of your life. Conclusion: in our culture, parents will not talk publicly about marriage. They will discuss with their relatives, friends, and then only come to you to finalize things. So, if you think that you are not ready and you still need some time for your marriage, then you have to talk to your parents and ask them to wait for a while. Maybe you like to study more, or start up a new business, or settle down in your career. Then it's good always to communicate so that they will not pester you for a while. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either one of them falls down, one can help the other up. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 through 12.